Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review for a Spanish movie that I watched on Shudder. I really like Shudder a lot. I have a lot of cool stuff. I haven't really hit anything mediocre aside from Creepshow Season 3, which I reviewed here on the channel, but I wanted to watch some more movies recently. Before I started delving into Christmas stuff, yes, I've already started watching Christmas movies. I saw one today called Unaccompanied Minors, and it's fucking trash. I've never seen the film. I've owned it for like 4 years. And it is as bad, if not worse, than Christmas Vacation 2, if you've seen that. Anyway, let's talk about an actual movie that I'm going to review right now. The Spanish film that I talked about watching is called 32 Malasana Street. It came out in 2020. And this is like an hour and 45 minutes. It is such a generic movie. Like, the first half of it was solid, and the rest of it just bored me to tears. It's trying so hard to be scary, and it has, like, maybe 3 moments in the entire film of just nonsense. And when I say gibberish, I'm not being rude about Spanish. I'm just saying gibberish, and like, I'm so lost on who's related to who and whatever because of the family story here, the broken up marriages, all this stuff that's happened in this film with the family. As I talk about this, it'll make more sense. It takes place in the 1970s in Spain, and this it starts off with a prologue, kind of these two kids that encounter a very scary old woman in an apartment. Well, this old woman died, and the kids, I guess, moved away or something, I don't know. But a new family moves into that apartment where that old lady was at. And they start to experience very creepy, haunted house moments in this apartment thing that they're in. And that's really it. There's some kind of cool moments. There's one in particular involving a TV that's pretty scary. For whatever reason, this old lady, I don't know if she's a witch, I don't want to say that, but like, whatever this old lady ghost or demon or whatever it is, seems to want to contact the young boy, seems to want to take that young boy. It's got a very poltergeist feel to it. And she keeps kind of coming after him and trying to talk and communicate with him. And there's one scene, like I said, involving a TV that really put a chill down my spine. It reminded me of Channel Zero quite a bit. The film looks good. I do want to make that very clear. The film visually, maybe not so much in like camera work or anything, but the look of it is very nice. Very pretty little film. There's kind of like a time skip, like I said, it's like 4 years between the prologue and the actual movie itself. But this family storyline of them moving into this place, they seem a little bit gruff. That's fine. I don't really mind characters that are, as a family unit, not perfect. Families are going to have dysfunction a little bit sometimes. It's going to happen. That's kind of realistic. I kind of like that. But it's not that it was fun to watch. Not that it has to be, but it wasn't fun to watch. But it wasn't like in a well-made way where it's like, oh, well, they love each other, but they're having some problems right now. It wasn't like that. You have one grandfather in here who happens to have like Alzheimer's or something. Has to sleep with like a sleep pap machine and all that. That's supposed to be scary, but it's not. There's so many things in this movie that I would say make it feel like it's trying too hard. That's really my biggest issue with it. Overall, it's not a complete waste of your time. It has its moments, but for the most part, it's a lackluster movie, man. It has some well-made features to it, some well-written scares, that kind of thing, but it seems like the way the family, for example, the stepfather or the dad or whatever he is, the way he treats the one daughter who's kind of the caretaker of the grandpa and the youngest son that the ghost thing wants to talk to, all of that stuff, the way they treat her is just awful. I mean, it's supposed to be, but it's also like, why would you have that in here? It's not like I'm expecting some kind of Disney family movie or anything, but a lot of this is just hard to watch. Just because, and I'll tell you too, not only is some of that stuff hard to watch, but just in general, I think it's kind of dull. Just a boring movie. There's really not much to be said about it. There's some CGI stuff in here that really sucks. Like, really sucks. There's some makeup special effects, some practical effects that look good. They look genuinely good. But I really don't have much to say about this film. It just kind of falls flat. The story, I kind of expected to be kind of generic because haunted house stories are just typically kind of generic on their own. As soon as someone describes one to me, I just can't help but feel this almost like the face I'm making right now. My heart does that. Every time somebody tells me, like, I have a scary haunted house movie to recommend to you, that's the exact face. This face is what my heart feels. Because I'm like, I don't want to check that out because it's probably going to be bad. If it's a horror comedy, yeah, you could flip that on its head real quick and maybe do it very special like Deadstream did. But most of the time that kind of sucks. This is no exception to that. This one, for the most part, kind of sucks. Anyway, When it comes to, I cannot remember the title to save my life. I could have sworn it was called 32 Malasana Street. I don't even know what a Marisala is. It's probably not a thing. 32 Malasana Street. If I had to rate this film on a 5-star basis, I'm going to be honest, I'd give it like a 2 out of 5. I have a lot of things I like about it, but for the most part, it's boring. It's just a boring movie that has nothing going for it, aside from the visual stuff, aside from a little bit of practical effects stuff. And again, the first half of the movie is fairly watchable. The rest of it is so dull. And I'll tell you, by the ending of this movie, I was just shocked by how I just didn't care anymore. I was looking at my phone a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you about that. Just a glance here and there. Oh, I wonder who uploaded on YouTube in the last 45 minutes. You know, that kind of thing. But for the most part, what do you guys think about this movie? I thought it was so dull. I'm sorry. 2 out of 5 stars for me. I'd love to hear what you guess have to say about this film down in the comment section down below. Do you plan on watching it after this review? Do you plan on watching it just in general? Are you more excited for more, I guess more foreign reviews from me? Like, I love Asian horror. I like some Spanish movies that I've seen. I'd love to talk about more of that stuff when I have the chance to. Anyway, that is pretty much the review for this. I have one more review coming up after this video for the remake of Terror Train that Tubi put out. I've been trying to watch that thing for like 4 weeks, and I've struggled the entire time. I'm going to try to finish watching that tonight and get a review recorded maybe tomorrow morning before Thanksgiving, get all that uploaded. Anyway, I want to do one more ranking video for Halloween. I'm going to try to get that done too. We'll see what happens, but for right now, I only have so much time. I have a lot of content for you guys this week. The coming weeks will not be like that. Of course, I'm going to be delving into my Christmas stuff that I love, but I also have a couple of Christmas horror movies to watch and review for you guys. A couple of stuff I've never heard of that I've recently seen. We have some new stuff coming out that I hope to get to sometime soon as well. But for the most part, I also have a birthday haul of some horror movie stuff I got that I need to do as well. I might try to do that before I go to work in a little bit. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, 2 out of 5 stars for 32 Malasana Street, whatever it's called. Don't check this out. Don't watch this movie. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. God bless you all, and goodbye.